Play!
I can't play.
Play!
Yes, ma'am.
Play!
And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. Okay, Twitch is a go. Where'd my YouTube go? There's my YouTube. Let's put you over there. Let's go look at the live. Let's click on that.
Wide open spaces.
Let's go look
This
at the
is
live.
Western lifestyle. And whether you're searching
Click on
for
that.
luxury
Oh, I've got something talking to me in the background.
or to have a little fun,
I think it's on Twitch. Hold on.
right price.
Dang it, dang it. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta be right back. I left my mail client open again.
Your dream ranch,
I'll be back.
just a listing away.
This is going to be an absolutely one-of-a-kind experience for buyers.
There it is. Found it. All right, we're back. We're back. Mail client safely closed. Welcome, Dominic. Nice to see you. And Art, we got Art in the house. Charles may be watching, but he's not going to be modding. So anyhow, let's give a shout out to Art. Okay, and Charles. Hey, Charles doesn't stream on Twitch anymore. But he does have a Discord. So if you're interested. Yeah. So I was working on the fuzzy sweater outfit. Winter Whimsy. I'm calling it Winter Whimsy. You're here. You just won't be typing your money. Got it, buddy. So I was in the middle of doing some special morphs for that, so I'm going to kind of do those real quick. And then I think I'm going to maybe get started on a 80s inspired outfit. I want to do another. This is a box pleated skirt on this outfit, but I want to do another one which is basically going to be pleated all the way around. This one's got two big pleats in the front and two pleats in the back. And I think I'm going to do kind of more of a pleated all the way around skirt. So for the 80s inspired outfit, what I am thinking of doing is, it's going to be kind of punk inspired. So it'll be a shorter skirt. This has a really short version. This will, the one I'm thinking of will be a little longer than that. Maybe somewhere about in there. It's going to zip up. Actually, I think it's just going to button on the sides. I'm going to do that. Yo, Rod Shelley, how are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. It's Rod Shelley. And we'll give you the appropriate shout out, man. So anyhow, I got a few more morphs. I want to finish up with this. I was in the middle of doing those when stream started today. I'm doing the special morphs. So the only things I have left to do for the skirt is some down morphs. So we're just going to, I think I'm going to do 5 morphs. We're going to load it under the clothes. We're going to save that out. Then we'll come back to Marvelous Designer and start another outfit. So hopefully I will submit this to Daz in the next few days. And we'll take a look at the outfit back in Daz, but real quick here. I'm just going to do that. Art makes a song. Hey, just letting you know, Jay. I saw Jay do a streaming announcement. I think he said it was going to be his. I think I saw it was the YouTube link. But maybe he'll co-stream. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Anyhow, check out our good friend Jay here. Well, there's his YouTube link, so you can catch him over there. I think he said he was going to do a game or something. We haven't seen Jay streaming for a little while, so that'll be cool. All right, I need to make 5 more morphs. These are the down morphs. I'm just going to pull these down. We're going to pull this down. So one will be just about the butt crack and not quite below the crotch. Then another one will be under the cheek and just under the crotch. Then we'll have another one here and another one here and then one on the ground. Yep, you asked him that in pre-chat waiting. In waiting. Oh, okay. He has yet to respond. All right, so let's get these knocked out. I'm going to kind of let this... And this is the undone version of the dress, or the skirt. I'm already done with all the morphs for the zipped up version. I think I'm going to pull that down a little bit more. I want to just get the butt crack showing here. She's got underwear on, so we're perfectly Twitch safe. I think maybe right about in there. I'm going to pull the front down a little bit more, I think. Maybe right in there. We're going to call that down undone 1. So file, export, OBJ selected. Down. Am I in the right directory? I am. Yay. Undone 01. All right, so that is okay. Today you're coming up with the right settings. I updated Marvelous Designer and I had to reset up my library so I can find my avatar files again because, you know, why just keep earlier settings when you can screw things up for your users? I think that's good. Needs a Kilroy was here. I don't know if Kilroy's been here. I'm gonna and we're gonna let that go like that. And I'm gonna take that back up because it drooped a little too far. Now I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna kind of get it pulled down just a little bit. I want to make sure I'm adding a little bit of extra thickness so it doesn't clump too much. And we just hit that space bar every now and then so we kind of get an undo point. So that's looking good in the back. I like that in the front. We're going to save that off as number 2. It was one of your plans. That was one of your long-term goals, add a Kilroy tattoo. Down undone 02. That's where we are. No, Napsmore, how are you doing? This is how I do it. Marvelous Designer. And I have to admit, I have gotten a little faster at it too. By the way, Napsmore, did I message you on Discord? I tried to message you on Discord. I was just thinking about that. I tried to give you access to the secret server. And my brain stopped. What am I doing? I think I'm good. I think I can just do this. And we're going to pull this down to about the mid thigh or so. And that's there, right in there. That's going to become number 3. Undone 03. Oh, that's what that was about. Yeah, the secret server. It lets you see pre-release versions of my stuff for a select few. I have to keep that limited. So, but I was just thinking about you the other day, and I think, you know what? I should probably see if Napsmore wants in on the secret server. So there you go, buddy. If you want in, feel free to check it out. That's 3. Let's hit save on that. Because you've been popping in and saying hi for a while, so I figured. I'm going to pull that down just a little bit more. Call that 4. And then I got to get one where it's pretty much on the ground, and that'll be 5. And I think that's all I need for my special morphs. Then we'll go load them up in DAZ and save them out. So file, export, OBJ selected, undone, down undone, 3, save that, and nope, I'm going to cancel. I don't want to overwrite 3. I want to export OBJ selector. I almost overwrote. Stimpy, you fool. There we go. And we say okay to that. All right, and then I'm just going to get this down to the ground. I might crank the gravity up a little bit. Nah, I think that's going to be okay. The environment, oh no, hold on. Wink. Dun 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 dun. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Invite people. There we go. Does that say Napsmore? I can't tell because I'm in streamer mode. I think that's the right one. I tried that. Hopefully that was you. Streamer mode truncates the names of things, so I can't see who's who anymore. Oh, there you are. Looks like you got it. Excellent. At least it looks like that might be you. I think that's you. Anyhow, I'm going to put that away and I'm going to go back. Did I export that yet? No, we have to export this last one. File, export, OBJ selected. Down, undone, 05. There we are. You got it, thanks. Excellent. I'm glad you could join the server. Say okay to that, then and welded. We should be good. Put that away. We're going to pop back over into DAZ Studio, where we got a copy of the undone version of the dress waiting for morphs. Do I have anything in here? You know what? You're supposed to be in adjustments, dude. What are you doing over there? Let's move you to the right path. Let's put you in adjustment and accept that. Actually, do I need to clean these up? I do. I'm going to move these. I'm getting rid of this loosen category, so let's pop into edit mode. And let's move these from adjustment loosen to just adjustment. We'll do that. So we'll set the property group on that. I'll just get rid of this part right here so it's in with all the other adjustments. And now all my adjustments are right there. And do I not have any special morphs? What happened to the special morphs? Did I not do special morphs on this yet? Dang. I have to go back and do those for the other one. That's okay. I'll do those after stream. I just wanted to finish these ones up because I was in the middle of them. So here, let's do a Morph Loader Pro. Choose the morph files. Morphs. Let's go over to the G8 version of the skirt and get. It looks like I thought I did these. Why am I not seeing? Did I just forget to save? I think I think all of these will work. I don't need that one though. Let's see how this goes. Or if I have to kind of redo things. If I accept all of those. Oh, it looks like they all loaded in. Excellent. I'm going to pop a Genesis 8 in here real quick just to see how they're looking. I don't really need it. Need this on the this fitted to Genesis 8. I just kind of want to see how the morphs look when I dial them in with Genesis 8 in the room. Of course, now we have to wait for that painful load. This is so much faster than it used to be. I think somewhere around DAS 0.23 or DAS 0.24 maybe even. They improved the load times on Genesis 8. If you have lots of morphs. The more morphs you own, the longer it takes to load something in like that. And they made some improvements. Okay, so those are all the... So these are the special morphs along with the ones that I made earlier. So they do things like that. Do I have my hanging morph in here? I do not. Let's go get the hanging morphs. They were actually made for Genesis 9, but those are off the body morphs, so I can use them with either one. So let's load those in. So skirt G9, and what I want is hanging 1, hanging 2, and the 2 on the ground morphs as well. All right, let's get those in here. Did those all load in properly? I think they did. Excellent. So now I've got all my morphs done. Let's organize this. We're still in edit mode, so I can change the color of these. So we're going to set our presentation on those. And these are the colors I use for my special morphs, so they're kind of consistent, a little easier to find. All right, and now let's categorize these. Let's move them to... let's set the property group. Yo, I'm only a big child. How are you doing, buddy? Dude. Let's move these morphs into a special category. Actor. Special. We'll do that. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I'm doing well, thanks. Let's give you a shout out because you have been streaming some. I think, what did I last catch you doing? Grand Theft Auto? Waiting for the new one, so you're playing an older one, is that right? Dun dun dun. Check out our good friend. I'm only a big child. Zelda. Oh, that's right. You were doing the Zelda. I've got another person I know who's also gaming who who unfortunately I really only know them from their screen name over the years too, so my brain is flip-flopping. Okay, I think these are good. I'm going to save these out. There's the special morphs. We're just going to double check. So these are the ones we just did right here. So those are looking fine. So I'm going to save all of that stuff. And then I'm going to move on to start a new outfit. This one is well underway. So much so I hope to, I know, realistically, I'll probably submit it Wednesday. Overly ambitious will be tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, so we're going to save these morphs out as a modified asset. I of course have a button for that, but you normally have to pull it out of the menu. I'm just gonna save everything. We're just gonna accept everything here. Save all of that out. Hope that all went well. Do you need a? I think we're good. So I'm gonna put Daz away. I think I don't need Daz. You know what? I'm just gonna shut Daz down for a little while. We'll do that. And then we'll go back over to Marvelous Designer and make clothes. So I'm kind of thinking for an 80s inspired outfit, I'll make an off-the-shoulder crop top. It'll probably be cropped to about the belly button, I'm thinking. It'll be a little loose. It'll have short sleeves. I'm debating, I might do leggings, is what I'm thinking. And then match that with the skirt I'm going to make now and high heels. Oh, and that lacy stuff on your wrists. I vaguely remember the lacy wrappy stuff. I think I might do those. There's probably a more technical name for those, glovelets or something. I don't know. Anywho, I'm gonna make a pleated skirt. So we're gonna not save this. We're just gonna do new and say no. And I usually will start with a Genesis 9 female for my base for using Marvelous Designer, and then from there I will make the base Genesis 9 version and the Genesis 8 version. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to sketch out a waistband on here. And I'm going to want the skirt to come down to about here. We're going to do, I think I'm going to try to do like 4 panels in the front, 4 panels in the back. They're going to be pleated. So that's like 4 panels with the pleats behind them, 4 panels, or 8 panels, and then 8 pleat panels. We'll have a little bit of an overlap over here. I think I'm going to button it. Do I want to button it forward? I'm trying to think how, yeah, I'm going to button forward, which means the way I button it decides how I have to line up some of these panels. Anyhow, let's get a waistband in here. We're going to go with a big chunky waistband. And we'll put it right about here, and my shirt will come in right about here at some point. I might fall asleep, rather tired today. Oh no, not another weather change. It's kind of cool. I think we're in the 40s, barely in the 40s. What am I saying? 3D pen avatar. This way I can just draw right on the avatar. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start right about here, and we're just going to pull this around like so, and then continue this back to about here. I have measurements. I want to pull this down to at least 50, maybe, 50 is looking good. And then we're just going to bring this back around. So we're basically making pattern pieces by just drawing right on the avatar. Because that's the way I slack. I'm going to straighten these up at some point. Here in Northern California, it's not too cold, in the 50s. Yeah. I used to feel colder when I was in California, even though it really isn't. Okay, I think I'm good. We're going to make a pattern piece out of this. And that'll give me, then I'm going to measure this, divide that by 4, and make panels. So we're going to have 1, 2. Actually, do I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I think I'm going to do that. That's my new number. So we got to flatten that pattern into a pattern piece. I'm going to redraw this. But this kind of just gives me a starting shape. The coldest winter I ever spent was yes. All right. We're going to redraw this. I'm going to use a polygon tool. I'm going to bring that down like so. And then I'm just going to kind of bring that out. Bring this over to here. Bring that over to there. Bring that there. And I have a plan. We're going to change some measurements on this. That's our starting point. I'm going to leave this here for just a second because I kind of need it. I should actually turn you into a curve point. Let's do that. And I'm going to match the curve that's underneath it. So where's the thing? I don't have 1 point. I need to select 1 point. Convert to only. Then I want to do something like that. And then I do want to flatten that out. And now I'm going to just take that, put it over there. Okay, this is probably good enough. I'm going to adjust the length on these so that they're a little more than 50. Change length, I'm going to say 55. AOT, and over here I'm going to do the same thing. Change length. Did I click on the right thing? I didn't click on the right thing. And we want this to go the other direction like that. I want you to be 55. That gives me a little bit extra. Then I'm just going to run an internal line of 50 on that. This way I get nice parallel curves. Cut that and delete this. And I don't need you anymore. And now I'm just going to line this up and we're going to let's turn gravity off. It's a little easier to work that way. Simulation properties, set gravity to 0. I'm going to move you around over here and over here. Probably a good start. We'll put you just kind of like that. And Control D gives me a linked copy. And we're going to sew that together. At some point I'm going to put a cut in here and I haven't decided. There we go. Probably good. Okay, we got no gravity on, so that's to be expected. I'm going to chop this up into 8 equal segments. So we're going to do a split, uniform split, and we're going to say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I wanted to do 6. That's right. 71.9. That's the magic number. 71.9. So let's do 71.9. Was that it? You think I could remember a little bit more than a minute? 71.9. We are good. Okay, so this is just going to be panel 1. Then basically what I need is a panel like this, but with folds in it. So, so here, let me get a pleat part made. Actually, let's sew this on. Let's put a little bit of gravity and see how my length is looking. So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to strengthen this for the time being. We'll just add a wee bit of gravity in here. And we'll let that... As I get more, it'll settle down a little bit lower. It should, ideally, this should end up lining up with the line that's on the avatar, thereabouts. So I actually wanted that to be, and I'm probably going to make these wider on the bottom too. But now that I got this in here, I can kind of take that up to the length I kind of wanted it to be. Sorry, Sarah. I know that's going to be a little long for you. I'm going to go ahead and get these. So we're going to make 6 copies of this. I'm just going to drag them out like that. I'm just going to kind of, oops, turn those. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. I'm trying to grab the green and I keep clicking on the blue. Let's put you in over here. And then I'm just going to kind of do that. And we'll bring you around in the back, and then I'll just get these all sewn in. Oops. Is there only 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I got 6. I got 6. I'm going to make the bottom of those pleats a little wider, I think. Yeah, we're going to take these points and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and do these to the other side so we can kind of get a better feel for how this is going. So we'll just Control D that. Bring that all over here. So what we're going to do is put a split in the waistband here and bring over an attachment there. And I'm going to put a couple of snaps in there, I think. And then that'll unsnap to take it apart. And there'll be an unfinished seam in here that'll come apart. So not the way you actually make pleated skirts. Real pleated skirt would probably have a zipper in there. I'm not going to put a zipper on this one. I just want to kind of have it unsnap and come apart. So I want the bottoms to be a little wider than the tops. So we'll kind of do that. I've got kind of an idea of what I'm doing here. So we'll start with that. So I'm going to grab these corners here on these 6 and pull those out, maybe 1 and 2, maybe 1. No, yeah, I'm going to do 1 because I'm going to go the other way too. I'm going to go this way. So that kind of fits that. All right, let me build a pleat. So I'm going to start by putting a pleat in here, and the pleat's going to be sewn on the inside, and it'll fold over and sew onto these edges. And what I'm going to do is, on the pleat side, there's going to be some missing geometry just because it makes it work a little better in DAZ that way. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put a split down the middle of that. We're going to add some folds to this. Let's do that. Let's put a split. Uniform split. Say okay to that. Switch to this. Run that line right through there. Let's extend, trim, and add point to the pattern outline. So that is 45.9. That's my target. If I do a, can I do an unfold like so? Excellent. And then I'm just gonna, so this is gonna be the line that's gonna have a fold in it. And then I'm just gonna do an unfold over here. And I'm gonna add another line in there. We're gonna do a little cut and sewing and deleting parts of these. So that and that, we'll do a cut. Actually, not cut, but I'm just cutting because we don't need this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, now I can't see what I'm doing. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, there we go. Those aren't right. Why are you 3? Oh, I got a cut in the wrong spot or something, don't I? Let's undo the cut. Chris can't see what he's doing. I got way too much in here. What the hell? Oh, I know it. I know what I did. Never mind. When I did the unfold, it went too far. Let's do this in baby steps. Let's cut that. Delete this. I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is the line. I want to cut that, and then delete these. There we go. That's my pleat. And then I'm just going to sew this to this. And then this gets sewn to that. And now comes kind of the tricky part, sewing these things into here. So I'm going to use this tool here, and then I'm just going to go, that goes there, that goes there. You know what? I'm going to put a little cut in here, and that doesn't get sewn onto anything. So here, let's do this. One, actually, can I just? I'll just do all of them. I'll set it as an internal line, and I'm going to say 10. And I'm going to do okay with that. And then, did that make a point? That did make a point there. Okay, can I thought I had a point in there. Oh, I did. There we go. I'm going to cut that. We're going to get rid of this corner. Because I don't want too much. As it is, I'm going to have like 3 polygons connecting at one point. If I folded that over, that would even make for more polygons. So I did this with the other one. And it was kind of the skirt I just was working on. And I was kind of happy with how that was looking. Let's try this again. You and you. Cut. Do that. You were in Treasure Island in May of 1985. Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta kind of remember how these things work. I'm going to turn off gravity for a second here because I want this to float around while I check something out. Actually, let's do this. Let me use the folds tool. That'll tell me the answer I need to know. So if I bring you around like so. Okay, that is, okay, so we're going to say this is what, 360. And then I can come over here and do the same thing. And I think I'm good to go. I'm going to set a layer on this to be negative for a little bit. -1. And now we'll see. So ideally, these will fold and pop underneath. And that gives me my pleat. There we go. And now I just have to do this. It's a little wonky. If I do this, it helps. I should put fold angles on these as well. Right here. And those should be like maybe 0. And same thing with this one. And then I just have to copy this and plug it in the other spots. So here, let's kind of line things up here. Is that lining up? That's lining up. I'm going to pull you out here so you're a little bit past this corner. Are you not? There we go. Is good. Do I have a distribute command? We're going to try that. I'm going to see if there's align tools in here. Anyhow, let's copy you. Oops. CV. We need one in there. We need one in here. We need one there. I'm going to put one right there. And then I need one from the front and one for the back. Hello, Professor Sexy. Want to say hi? I need to go. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hi. Appreciate it. And if you gotta go, you gotta go. All right, let's. I keep doing things like I'm working in another program. I keep trying to copy things like I'm in an Illustrator. Some weird reason that just didn't quite work. What are you from? You're lost. I have a lost internal line. It's a poor little internal line that is lost in space. Is this going to come in for the next stream? All right, appreciate it. Next stream should be tomorrow. Do I want... All my little lines got wonky. We're going to just clean these up. I didn't really need a line there. Oh, now I'm just in tedious cleanup mode. Bye. Somehow this got off centered when I was making it. I hit the delete key. You know what that means? Delete. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna need one more of these for the rear. And I think I just dragged out the one for the front. I haven't dragged out the one for the front yet. So that's going to be the one that'll be in the front. We'll space these out. Let's see how this goes. Now I got a bunch of tedious sewing to do. Okay. Well, I can do the front. And these ones, I'm just going to duplicate over to the other side, but I can't do that with the front and the back. So you get sewn like that. And you get sewn like that. This isn't actually going to be that bad. So I'm over here, and I think I'm trying to identify. Cancel that. Cancel that. What do you attach? You're attached to over here, which means you're the center point I need. So that gets sewn there. That gets sewn over here. Yo, it's Stalling Music. Dude, what's up? Everybody, check out my good friend Cliff Stalling Music. Super cool cat. Marvelous music streamer. And likes the murder game, Dead by Daylight. I was watching him play that a little bit recently. Is it Cliff? It is. Look at that. The Cliff command still works. All right, what am I doing? I'm finishing up this sewing. That got sewn to there. I have to see where this gets sewn to over here. You know what? I'm going to just move you over so I can kind of... Oops, that was everything. Just lurking and playing some Dead by Daylight. All these years, and that game still has you going. So this one goes there. I think this probably should come into here. Which makes me think that this... I want to think you're over here. And you're sewn to something. I think I have the feeling I'm off here. Yeah, you look like you're in the wrong spot. You probably should be maybe over here. I should probably... I can't figure out where you go. I think maybe you go there. I'm going to do this and see where we screwed up. And by we, I of course mean where I screwed up. Because you all are perfect. Oh no, we're stuck in an arm. What's that arm doing there? What are you? You're supposed to be sewn to something, aren't you? I thought I sewed you onto the back. Oh, that's my problem. I'm off by one. That wasn't the back piece. That's the back piece. Oh, no. So you're totally in the... I'm confusing myself. I should probably have splitted this up more. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to resew these. I think we'll do that. Can I just delete all of this? That would have been asking too much, right? There we go. Boom. Okay, now it's time to just resew everything. I know that goes to there. And this is going to come over to here. So that's a good start. I'm going to split these. Can I do multiple ones at once? That would be too easy, wouldn't it? All right, I got to do them one at a time. I should have done 12 segments when I initially did this. It would have made life a little bit easier. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so now I'm going to... So this makes it a little easier because I know that goes there. This goes here. That goes there. And there. And I should move this along as I go because it'll make it a little easier to work with. And that is here. That is there. Okay, I think I'm on... I think I'm all messed up. I think that's what I did. I think I screwed this up again. We're going to retry this. Sooner or later, I will not mess this up. So I'm going to delete all of these. We're going to work it from the back so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. You are there to there. You are here to here. I should probably just do these ones first. That goes there. That goes there. I'm going to do that. So that is 3. We're now on 4. I think I flipped that. Let's try that again. 4. I flipped that one too. 4, 5. 6, 7. Hopefully that's 8 and 9. Come on, come on, come on. 8 and 9. That is 10. 11 and 12. Okay. Now I'm going to put the top panels in. You go there. You go there. That's one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. There's so 1, 2. You go there. Got it. I think no, that looks fine. Seems like on Saturday night stream, a couple of mics are really loud, but I think Loki's one. Willie might be the other. Yeah, we can play with that. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check and see how the OBS. Do I just sound quiet? Is that it? Because I might be on a different input from the rest of Discord. So 1, 2, 3. You go there. Okay. Yo, Grayson, how are you doing? Doing chores and lurking, but wanted to check the art today. Hey, thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. And everybody, check out Creation. A marvelous art streamer. And if I ever wanted to get a tattoo, that would definitely be the first person I would go to. You know, except for that whole he's in a different state thing. Other than that, and here, let's give you a shout out too. So everyone, give Creation a follow. That's not how you spell shout out. That's how you spell shout out. I can barely hear you if you just your volunteer. Okay, let me see. I'm peeking into the yellow. Can I make my mic louder? Is it just maybe it's just the way I'm facing? Can I adjust the gain or something on low? Is there a way I can tweak the mic levels? I don't know. Mic. I don't know what these things do. I've got two knobs on the front. You can hear me? I'm going to blame Willie. All right, let's see. Let's see how we are with this. I sound fine now. Okay. I might have a tendency of not talking towards the mic. And I think I have the mic kind of set up to be somewhat directional, so it doesn't pick up too much of the computer noise right behind it. Anyhow, here we go. Let's see how this works out. Okay, back to chores. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. I saw you hanging it out over at Zim's, too. Okay, you know what? I'm going to fix this, then we'll go back to working on the pleats. So I'm going to just deactivate these for a minute. Deactivate pattern so on. Because what I want to do is I want to get this back into shape. And then when I'm happy with how that's looking, I'm going to freeze it for a little while. And then we can work on the rest of the skirt without this getting deformed. So we're going to do that. We'll freeze that. And then we'll just bring everything else back to life. Activate. There we go. And if I control H all of those, And then I can just try to. You're just twisted, that's all. I think I gotta get these all sewn together. We'll do that. Yo! I see that, but it was because I was on the phone Saturday night, and me on the phone very loud with the Discord. Got it. Okay, are you guys all sewn in? I don't think so. Did I delete all of these? Yeah, we gotta sew all of these back in. I want to crease these up too, so we get nice sharp creases on those. So let's do that. That should be, I want to make that 0. I'm going to make that 0. Make that 0. Oh, you don't seem to be sewn in, so we'll sew you in and then make you 0. And make you 0. And make that crease 0. We're getting there. That's right, 0 that. And 0 that. Okay, where's your Scooby Snack? What are you? Are you 0? You're 0. Okay. I'm getting there. I think I've got something unsewn right in here somewhere. You, why are you not sewn? Bad boy. No. You to you. Make you 0. So we get those nice flat edges. There, that's better. We're getting there. Okay, I've got half the skirt done. The other half should be easier. And then I just have to sew the fronts in. Jigglies. Jinkies. I think you're thinking of Jinkies, Mr. Shelley. No, Jiggies. He definitely meant Jiggies. Because Rod wants to get jiggy with it. Do the kids still get jiggy with it? I don't know. I want him to duplicate that. I think I only selected a line there. Okay, let's try this again. I want that. I want you. I want you. I want you. And Control D, and then we'll just bring those over here. And we'll hit that, and we'll see how it sims out. I should have an unfinished, an unsewn seam in the front and the back. So we'll have to go touch those up. Oops. No, you're fine, but you need to be. Oh no, you are sewn in the front. What about the back? I probably have to sew the back up. But I can't see the panels. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh no. Okay, let's put you there. Let's start at the end. That goes there. That is there. I seem to have too many panels in here. Why is that? You're in the right spot. You're in the right spot. You're in the right spot. And yet there are two of you. Oh no, I see what it is. No, I got. You didn't move right. Damn it. I hate it when I think I've got something selected and it leaves part of it behind. Where is this extra panel coming from? Am I just going... It should alternate. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. You're Am I missing a... Oh, I'm missing a pleat. That's what it is. 1. What am I missing? I'm missing this one right here, aren't I? I think that's what it is. I think I needed to do 5 and I counted 4 or something like that. Did you duplicate? Okay. Just put you over here. All right, now I think I've got these laid out. I probably should stack them up. Okay, you, and you can come here. You can come into here, and now I think I'm good. Okay, now I just need to come over here and just wrestle with this shape until it fits better. Look at all that freaking fabric in there. I can't even tell what I'm doing anymore. I can't see the arrow. There used to be a fast version of this. They got rid of that. You know what? I think that... It's getting a little slow. Hopefully the stream's not lagging too much. Because this is starting to get really sluggish. And I think I need to tweak a crease back here or something. I don't know. Okay, I have you not sewn in an edge back there. I think I can just do it from here. I sometimes forget that you can sew in 3D view. All right, you know what? I'm going to save this. We're going to shut this down and we're going to reopen it. And I think that'll help kind of reset the speed. I think part of it is I'm probably choking memory with undo points. So let's file, save as, project. I think I've got a pleated dress folder for this. Dresses, plaid skirt. Is that what I want? That's something else totally. I'm just going to call this 80s for right now. Let's do that. Yeah, look, he's back on the phone. New folder. 80s. Let's do that. 80s inspired. I'm not trying to be overly authentic here. 80s outfit. Let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Waiting on the kiddos. Oh, by the way, I missed. Speaking of teens, you made your 15-year-old watch 1983 Savannah Smiles. I don't know if I saw that. And now you're going to torture her with the old God movies with George Burns. John Denver, baby, John Denver. I'm going to close you and I'm going to reopen you. We're going to see. Oh, I lost that little doohickey. There it is. Fell off my keyboard tray. Little girl runs away and ends up with two bumbling criminals. Parents think she was kidnapped. Well, yeah, I could see that. All right, let's try this. Stars the legendary Robert Stack. He was in Airplane, wasn't he? I think that was the point of Airplanes, to get a whole bunch of what were considered straight actors to do this and have them play the roles straight. That was the brilliance of Airplane. Was these absurd lines played straight. But Stack in a kids film was a little odd. I don't know. Let's see if my improvements is a little bit better for a little bit here. Open project, 80s outfit. Look at that. It's moving a little faster already. I think I need to put a crease on that edge right there. Probably this one. Set you to 0. That's a little better. What about you? Are you set to 0? You are set to 0. So I think that's going to be... Well, I'm not done with this skirt. We're going to put a split on the side right over here. And then I'm going to pull a flap over the front. And I'm going to use a couple of little strips in here. And there's a fold over in here that we're going to get rid of. Right in here. So let's undo linked editing with this one. So what I'm going to do is we're going to select that line and we're going to do a cut. And we're going to delete that part right there. And then what I need is I need a cut here. Or am I going to delete? No, I want to leave that like that. Maybe we want to go. No, I got to go the other way. Sorry, I cut the wrong part. Go the other way. I'm going to bring this over here. Got it. All right, so we're going to put our cut point right there. Airplane. I don't know. I think that's one of the great comedy films of all time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to do a split along here. We'll do a uniform split. I'm going to make that 12 segments so I can kind of line them up like that. And then I think I can probably do something from here to here like that. Excellent. And then I'm going to want to do an extension. I'm going to maybe make a copy of this. I think I'm going to want a little extension from there to there. Although I think I'm going to end up straightening that up a little bit. And maybe rounding it a touch. So I'm going to copy that because I want to put my cut here and then add this to the end of it so it'll wrap over and snap on top of this. Is that what I want? That's what I want. And then you need to come out to here. Okay, I'm getting it now. I'm confusing myself with how I want to arrange this up. So I think maybe I need a little bit of a I kind of know what I want. So this needs to come out to here. And then this needs to extend out to here. No, I got that in the wrong spot. You're going to come over this right here, which is this right here. So I'm going to put a cut in there. I'm going to delete that. And then I think I want this to come over to here. But I want that angle to be more like over there. And that's not quite what I wanted. Maybe in there. So we'll extend and add a point. I'm going to do a cut on that. We'll delete this part off. And actually I do want to maybe trim through here. So these parts, this and this pleat here, are going to be sewn to this, and then this is going to be sewn to that. That's the plan. So I have to resew all of these to that. I will eventually get this. Maybe I'll just pull that out of the way. Pull you out of the way. This one in here. Can I select that and delete it? I need the delete key. If you're going to delete, use the delete key, Chris. I think that's good. And then these just need to get sewn into this. I gotta do it this way. Oh, I can never get this to work in this 3D view. So never mind. Lost cause, baby. You are there to there. You are there to there. Nope. There to there? Yeah, there to there. And then you get sewn back into here. You are in here. I think you're in here. And I think this is good. All right. I need to add some attachment points in here as well, just to kind of hold things together. I probably should just pin it for now. I'm going to use a couple of tacks, and then I'll fix up the sewing later. So I'm going to run a tack from here to here. Hello. There it goes, tacks. I like the way edit tack comes before tack. Okay, I need you sewn to there. You're still sewn in the back there. That's good. I'm going to give you a layer number. I'm going to unfreeze this and this. And let's see how this goes. I think I still have I have a little too much over here, and I'm going to clean that up. That's that part right there. So right at that yellow line, I'm going to delete that off. I don't need that. And then I'm going to make some little invisible things to hold everything together. And there should be I need to undo a sewing. Actually, I need to remove that panel right there. And that'll be a split. And so we're going to have a big split in the front here. I think that will be fine. I have just designed my own dress. I'm going to cut you. We're going to kill you. I'm going to hope that wasn't symmetrical. I think I turned off linked editing with that part, right? Okay, well, I'm going to clean up the waistband because I still have this thing on the end of it. Get rid of that. I'm going to, what am I doing? Deleting? Cutting. I'm cutting. I'm selecting that. That gets deleted. I'm going to take two little thin strips and then I'm going to attach them together with those. It's starting to look like a Gladiator movie, isn't it? Except with pleats. Gladiator, now with more pleats. Chris needs a measurement. Boop, boop. 71.9. 71.9. And I'm going to make that 2. I'm going to say okay. And then I'm just going to sew that to here. And where's the other part? It's all the way over there. I got to bring you in. I can't work like this. All right, let's try this again. Oh, and then you. get sewn into here, which should be about there. And I'm just going to make a copy of you. These are the thin little parts that are going to hold it together, that in the future we will delete when we make an undone version. What are you at? And you are 65, so let's make you 65. Of course you're confused. Why would you not be confused? Change length, 65. Okie dokie. Oh, do you like Gladiator movies, Billy? Oh, yeah. Change length. I want to go the other way. I want to say 65 on that. And then I'm just going to sew this in to here. And then sew this in to here. Doesn't make any difference, but I'm going to move that, and just because. All right, let's see how this is going. I'm going to give this some. All right, I'm going to reset the layers on these. I think my pleats are all at -1 still, right? So my pleats are at -1. I'm going to set you to 10. I'm going to set these guys to 5. And you should be at 0. And everything else should be sitting at 0. So we should be good. All right, let's see how this goes. It got it's getting a little janky in there. Let's see if we can. I might redo. I might just sew across instead of. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to get rid of these. I don't like that idea. Change of plan. Nope. Dang it. What are you? You're 50.1. You're 51.1. Let's move you until you say 50.1. There we go. Let's try it this way. I'm going to say 3, and we're going to say 50.1. I'm going to say okay to that. I'm going to set that layer to 5 on that. I'm going to sew that to that, and this to this. And I'm probably going to have this other end flopping around loose in there. So we're going to attach that to something somehow. I should probably angle those. What are you? You I don't need. $50.3. I'm going to live with that. It's just a lot harder to put base. Yeah. Oh. Okay, let's try you and you and you and you. Oh, I should have set that to be 5. And I probably shouldn't have those come down to these corners, is what I'm thinking. Because that's just a weird merging of way too many weird little polys, I think. You're supposed to be up over in here somewhere. Are you? Oh, I got another disconnect in here somewhere. Where did I delete? Oh, you're supposed to still be sewn onto this. Why are you loose? Did I cut you and forget about it? Did I not just click on that? I thought I did, but I guess it didn't hold. See, I've got some goofy ass sewing going on over here. Something got bunchy. Oh, did I forget to I forgot to unlink that before breaking it all apart and going crazy on it. Do I have the thing that says removed linked editing? I think it's gone. I must have broken it. Can I just put you back? So my sewing got broken back here. Wow. Why? What the hell happened? This is 71 to 79. That one's fine. 35 to 36, probably close enough. 39 to 36, probably close enough. 35. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Why are you oddly bunched? I've probably got some sort of strange overlap in here, don't I? I just need to resew all of this shite. I think I'm. So if I sew you back, I figure probably that one there. And then let's see what I got going on with this one. You should be, what, right there? Yep, okay. So I think I'll undo and then resew that in. Are you flipped? Is that what it is? Okay, so that's probably what I got. I probably have a flipped seam right there is probably what happened. That was probably my issue. Let's go take a look and see if I can find that over here. I think maybe I can, or I'll just resew you in. Do I have two separate ones in here? I do. You know what? I'm going to just get rid of those. And then resew this back into here. It's starting to get a little sluggy again. Sluggish. Sluggy. Yeah, it's looking better. Okay, I think I've got those all sussed out. Now it's just a matter of making sure that this is okay. You look a little weirdly bunchy in there. Oh, I still have the pins in here. God damn it. Edit text. Let's get rid of those. That's probably causing me issues. Okay, now let's see if that... There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. So I have what'll be a little invisible piece holding it together there. And then I have another one in the back. We're hanging a little low. I'm going to tweak that in a little bit. Here, let's unfreeze that. And I'm going to select these lines and we're going to use elastic to help hold that shape better. One of you I don't need, I don't think. Can I just get rid of you? And what we're going to do is now just select, God damn it, I'm too far away. Hey, you're kind of close to this thing all the way over here. You sure you don't want to select that instead? No? How about we select the thing I clicked on? How about that? Why don't we do that? You know, there was a reason I might have been clicking on that particular line instead of the one next to it. There's probably a setting that I've never noticed that says stop doing that. So we're going to put elastic on that. We're going to say 100 on that, just to help keep that from stretching out too much. Right now I can see it's stretching by about 67 millimeters. And then we'll go over here and do the same thing on the other. And then I'm going to start lining things up a little bit better. God, everything's so spread out. And I can't just click on something and select it and move it because then it gets confused. I'm not sure how I'm going to lay this UV out. I got 14 minutes. I've spent all day just making one frickin' skirt. But I think it'll work nicely. See that? There it is. It's doing that thing again. All right, elastic on. 100. And then I'm going to get this. We're going to do the same thing over here. Then we're going to simulate, and I think I'm going to add a hem to this, and that might be close to, oops, say, that might be get us close to the end for today. All right, let's activate. So something like that. I think that seam isn't creasing right. Oh. Set that to 0 so it gets that nice sharp edge to it. All right, I'm going to try to strengthen this up. Can I? Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I'm going to do this for those. Let's see if are you just not sewing? Did I not have you sewn onto here? It looks like I don't, though. Or it just refuses to pull. So is this a point where the tacks might help? A little bit. Let's put a tack in over here. I'm not liking that. I'm just have a little too much tension going on in here, so it's not pulling around comfortably. Even though it's like I just need to make it just a little bit wider, maybe. So I think I'm going to try to be bold. Let's hit save on this. Let's see, I can't. Let's turn that off. Grab all of that. I'm going to zoom in. I'm just going to pull it. So hopefully it's all nice and even. But we'll see how. I'm going to get rid of that tack. That is working against me now. It was kind of an interesting idea, but it didn't really pan out. So, okay, let me select the tack. Let me delete the tack. Let's rerun the sim and see. I'm still getting a little stress going on in here where you can see the sewing isn't pulling all the way down. So I think we'll just do the same thing again. Can I just control A and just maybe drag? Try to get it just to be a little bit wider. So I get a little less tension right in there. It's a little bit better. Let's try it a little bit more. Oops. Did that do anything? Nope, still not. Can I solidify you or something? Solidify, let's try that. Another option is just reset it, freeze it, and then put it in place. I think I might try that. Let's try that. All right, I got that selected. Let's turn off the sim. Let's control F. And then I'm just going to manually position it. I'll try to line it up on one edge, and then with it frozen, it maybe will pull everything into shape better. So that'll be like an anchor point at this point. So I'm just trying to ever so get that in just right, realizing that that just kind of keep it shape. All right, let's see how that works. You moved. Oh, you know what? I forgot to actually freeze it. There we go. Now it's frozen. And that does that. And now you are doing this weird bowing. I might have layers fighting me. Chris, going to get out of here. Go get and go fix you some dinner. I will catch you on the next stream. All right, take care, Charles. Thanks for being here, man. Dum dum dum. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, all right, I'm getting there. Let's hit stop that. Let's hit save. I'm going to select everything. At some point, I'm going to put a hemline in here. What do we got? We got 4 minutes. I'm going to get this tweaked just a little bit more, and we're going to call it a day. I want to select everything except except you two. And Control H, reset it back to that. And let it, and then actually let's Control A, and let's reset all the layers back to 0. Let's set all the layers back to 0. I don't know if it did it or not. I think it might be laughing at me. So that's kind of how the skirt's going to look. It's a little... It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I should probably cut that and strengthen it up. Jay's yet to respond to your question. Oh, Cal thinks Jay lost his password. Oh, no. Why you make noise, phone? Oh, well, what a calamity. I'm going to cut you. Cut and sew you. And then you know what happens when I do that? That becomes unsewn. Because that's the way Marvelous Designer rolls. So I have to re-sew this back. And then I'm going to maybe strengthen these like that. You know, the elastic's supposed to be 100, yet it's getting a little poochy in there, isn't it? Why are you getting poochy? Did I not set the... Oh, I guess I left it at 80. Damn it. That's probably why I was having issues. I could have sworn I set all this to 100, but I guess I didn't. Wah, wah, wah. They're getting there. We've got to look for somebody to raid in a short bit here over on the Twitch. 100. And we'll do that. Try that again. I think I can unfreeze you. God damn it, I am clicking on that pattern piece right there. Just frickin' select it, for crying out loud. Okay, A. Click. Control K. Let's see how this goes. Now you're just kind of drooping down to the side, aren't you? I think this is good. What do I got? It's 4 o'clock. I'm going to call it here. This skirt is just about done. Well, we need to assign materials, right? So we're going to need a waist. I'm going to need to put a hem in here. And then I need to also assign these to attachments so I can delete those later on in DAZ. And then the skirt should be able to just open up to the side when we get done. So there should be a... I love how frickin' sticky the fabric is in this program. There should be a gap in here somewhere. There it is. So that should just open up. Anyhow, that's the beginning of the next project. Box pleated skirt. I'm going to make a crop top with a off the shoulder look, short sleeves. I might put little ruffles on here. I'm And then again, I might not. I haven't decided. And I might put spaghetti straps on the off-the-shoulder crop top. And I think we'll put leggings, and I need to make some high heel shoes to go with that. Yeah, thanks for being here. And if you're on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate that. Like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, we're going to go find somebody to raid. Our friend Jay was supposed to be streaming, but I'm not sure where he got off to. Is my stream still on? Did my YouTube stop? I can't tell anymore. Oh, this is. Are you still? I'm going to stop that. Cut and sew you. We're going to do this. Let's take a look at who's on the Twitch first today. Yeah, hey, thanks for being here, Art Rod, 3D Loki. Oh, I didn't shout out. Hey, remember, 3D Loki sells stuff. Buy 3D Loki stuff. He's cool. He's cool. And on the Twitch first today. Oh yeah, my good friend Cliff Stalling was in here. I wonder if Cliffy's streaming. But we're gonna go down and work our way back up. So we're looking for art friends and or music friends. DJ Stulu is doing the. So maybe we'll just go hang out with DJ Stulu. I'm thinking that might be. There's Cliff. Hey, thanks for the raid calls, Cliff. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I think it's a DJ Stulu day. We're gonna go say hi to our good friend Stu. Spinning the tunes. I'm just quickly rolling up and making sure I don't miss somebody else who. We have a new friend, Violet, something who's. She rated me Saturday, and I watched her stream yesterday. But she only streams on Saturdays and Sundays, and she streams on Saturdays. She's streaming when I'm streaming, so we can't rate her on Saturdays. Yeah, I think it's going to be DJ Stulu today, though. I think that's going to be it. Remember, kids, follow everybody. Go get the feed. Hey, take care, Loki. Glad to see you here, man. If you aren't following DJ Stulu when you get over there, if you could drop a follow, that would be super awesome. We've got the raid calls. I've got the Discord. Feel free to join. And I sell stuff at Daz. If you're got money just burning a hole in your pocket, and don't we all? Go buy stuff from Daz that you will never use, but you're thinking, man, that looks cool. I'm sure I will come up with something to do with that someday. Anyhow, let's do this /raid, Control B. Alrighty, I will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. We will probably be working on this outfit. I'm not sure where I am with this. I'm probably not going to make any more progress on this before tomorrow. So maybe we won't try to knock out the shirt tomorrow and maybe the leggings. That's the tentative plan, I think, for tomorrow night. Or maybe we can start. I want to add high heels for that too. Maybe earrings for this one, but I don't know. I don't know if, it's one of those things. It's like extra work, and I don't know if it makes any difference whatsoever in sales. It's nice to have, but I don't know if it's ever actually. But it looks cool, so there's always that. I kind of look cool. Anyhow, did I start my raid? I think I started my raid. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna copy my raid call, and then we're gonna go say hi to DJ Stulu. And thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of a Monday or Tuesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.